What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is currently Tuesday afternoon. I am doing my first initial home visit. Finally, the agency is able to give me a few cases, so I figured why not make like a week in the life of a targeted case manager. The cases that they're giving me are pretty sporadic, so it may be like this week may be a lot of like home visits, but a lot of the work happens on the back end where I write notes and I do my own research to help the family based on the services that they need. Right now I'm pretty early for my initial home visit. I'm just trying to see if I can get the system working while I'm here. But yeah, so right now I'm just going to work on the system, see what I can do, and then I'll get back to you guys shortly. Hey guys, what's going on? So I just completed my initial home visit for my very first client that I received from Agape. And just to give you guys an insight of my client, you know, she's a 20-year-old white American girl. I think they identify themselves as American Hispanic, I think, but you know, she's 20 years old. She's experienced a lot of trauma in her past. Based on her history, she went through a lot as a teenager, and due to that, you know, it has led her to where she is today. You know, the family needs a lot of financial support. They need healthcare insurance because right now the father is the main provider of the household, and he's in a temporary job, so it's not permanent. So that's a difficult time for them, you know. So I need to find somehow a few solutions here and there for them to really help them to be able to be content. I was able to get a better picture of what the client is going through. There are some strengths that I was able to pick up, so that's also a good thing. And you know, it was honestly a good try for my first time there. They do need a lot of services. They need a lot of services based on what I can tell. So I'm looking forward to doing some research. With the coronavirus, however, that's going to be a little bit tricky because, you know, the city is basically on lockdown. A lot of things are pretty limited. Resources are pretty limited due to the coronavirus. So that was another thing that I was touching on earlier today before I had to go in. You know, I was assigned 4 more cases from my supervisor, and they still haven't gotten back to me yet. But you know, in these initial interviews, I have to get them to sign the ROI forms, which is the release of information. So if I need to visit them at their school or get some information from their doctor or mentor, you know, that with them signing it gives me authorization to do that. And also during the initial home visit, I need to get them to sign the needs assessment, which is where, you know, I talk to the clients to see what are their needs and how we can meet them. So it includes their employment histories, their goals that they have, some of the things that they do for fun, hobbies, and I ultimately need them to sign that. So all of my cases are new, so I need to do that. But for me to do that, I need to visit them at their home. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I honestly need to call them right now because they were assigned to me yesterday. So in order to be in compliance with the law, I have to contact them within 24 hours. So that's what I will be doing now. I'm in my car. I'm parked outside of my brother's place. I think I'm going to do it in the car because it's like more privacy in a sense, because he's home now too. But yeah, so that's been like an ongoing thing with me. I'm still trying to learn the new system because it's pretty tricky in terms of I have to get their signatures and it's timestamp, and it's just a lot that goes into it. But I'm really glad that I'm finally able to get that experience in my belt. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. Call my clients to see if we can schedule initial home visit. For the client that I just saw, I also scheduled a second home visit, which is what we're supposed to do the next week to for them to sign like the goals that I've created for them, if they want to add, or if she wants to add things, take things out. So that's going to be very exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so let's get to it. Hey guys, what's going on? So it's currently the next day. I didn't get much done yesterday only because I was so tired when I came back. So right now it's the next morning. I'm going to write the notes from the home visit and also the notes of me calling the new clients that were assigned to me, and then I have to review their documentations and then also record that. So again, most of the work is on the back end in terms of like recording the notes and writing in the Serp note format. So that's what I'm going to do today mainly, because I have a home visit tomorrow, so hopefully I can record me on my way there. But yeah, today is just really me catching up on my notes, and then I can show you guys an example of what I wrote, and then I will get back to you guys. So like I promised before, I told you guys that I was going to show you guys how I organize my case notes when I either do a home visit or if I'm doing a service plan, whatever the case may be. And also keep in mind that these notes have to be recorded into the system at a certain period of time in order for us to be in compliance when we have our annual audits. So obviously the organization that I work for, they use the Serp note, which is SIRP. S stands for situation, I stands for intervention, R stands for response, and P stands for plan. So obviously, just to give you guys an example right here, this first note that I did was a phone call just to introduce myself to the client and the client's mom. So basically this note here, it explains the phone call, but based on the Serp format. TCM, which is me, was assigned by supervisor. TCM contacted client and spoke to client's mom for the purpose of introducing client to TCM services and to schedule initial home visit. Boom, that's like the first paragraph. And then when you read further down, it will tell you the purpose of the phone call and how the phone call went, whether the mom was receptive, did not want the service anymore, and whether we've decided to conduct the home visit, which is what happened. I normally record my notes on a separate document just to keep track of it myself, and then once I'm done editing it, if I need to look over it before, that's when I copy and paste these notes into our database that we use for actual case notes for my supervisor to look over. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I personally like colors, so that's why I just put them in different colors. But yeah, so I hope you guys found this informing. Hey guys, what's going on? So I just finished my second initial home visit for the week. It's currently Thursday afternoon. My initial home visit was scheduled for 12. So I spent like an hour getting to know my client, just to give you guys like a brief, broad overview of my client. He's a 16 African American male who was diagnosed with ADHD. He was assigned to me as a case manager to see what are some of the services that I can help him in order to meet the gap. So based on what we discussed, I've assessed that he needs personal hands-on attention when it comes to school, because he finds himself easily distracted when it comes to the math class. And the thing with that is, because apparently they don't have a math teacher there, so they've been using this program called Ingenuity. Now, a lot of schools in Florida, they use Ingenuity to like an online learning kind of class, like online learning basically. That's basically what it is. So for this subject in particular, my client is not able to focus in that topic, so I need to not only find resources for him, but to also contact the school to see, like, just to get from their perspective and see what are there any services that the school can provide for my client when it comes to his disability. Well, I wouldn't say disability, but since he's ADHD, like, what are some of the things that they can provide for him? So what I need to do is go home and write the notes in regards to what occurred during the home visit. Now, prior to that, I scheduled an initial visit with the mom, I believe Monday. So I had to write my notes saying like, hey, not hey, but like TCM scheduled initial home visit with client's mom for introductory purposes. Now today, prior to me going to her house, I had to call to reconfirm that we were still on for the initial home visit, which means that I had to place a note saying TCM called client's mom to confirm about initial home visit for today. TCM verified with client's mom that the address is ABCDEFG, stuff like that. So now that I did the home visit, now I have to write in another note stating TCM made the initial home visit. TCM discussed with clients with school visits, tutoring services, blah 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 blah. So normally after the initial home visit, now it's time for me to, of course, record my notes, because that's how my services are being paid. Because as a targeted case manager for Agape, my services are billable hours through Medicaid. So when I write my notes and how often I see my clients and the services that I do for them is when I get paid. So now that I've completed my initial home visit, my turn to really write out the goals that we planned with my client. I have to write it out. And then I scheduled a second home visit with my client before I left, just so we can go over my goals that I have for him, and if they have any additional services that they need that they did not thought about while I was there today, we can add it or take away, whatever the case may be. So the next home visit for my client today will be next Wednesday. So hopefully I can record like me going there and then give you guys like a quick feedback of what happened. Today I finished everything for that. Now I really need to do is do research for both my clients, record those, and unfortunately, due to the whole COVID-19 situation, the pandemic that's going on, much of my resources, like much of my research, are going to be through the telephone or online. So that's going to be a little bit tricky, but it's going to be manageable. So I guess that's all that I really have for now. But yeah, let's get to it. Hey guys, what's up? So I just want to check back in with you guys. I finished cleaning the house. I swept, mopped, put the dishes in the dishwasher and all that. So that took me about like 45 minutes to do. And I just finished getting in contact with a school associate of one of my clients, just to see from their perspective how they are academically and socially. So I need to write my notes on that. Everything seemed to be pretty good and kind of lined up to what my client was saying. So for me, I like to get different perspectives of other people based on my clients, just to get like a bigger understanding of their situation. So yeah, so I need to do one more call for the day, write my notes, and then just to check my work email one more time to see if my boss has emailed me about anything that I need to do. So let's get to it.
to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me. No, 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 no. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me now. I don't want your love. Don't come to me. No, 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 no.
Okay, so 3 of my new clients, they're not picking up, which is fine. I just left them a voicemail. So like I said before, I have 30 days to make contact with them, hopefully within this next month. Hopefully they pick up. I am concerned that 2 of my new clients, there may be a language barrier because they have a Hispanic background. So I hope they're able to speak English very well, because then that obviously they will have to reassign them to a Spanish speaker case manager. I guess I'll just go home, review the documentations for my new clients. I have to review their mental health outcome, their CFARS assessment, and their biopsychosocial that their therapist did during intake. So that's probably going to be most of what I'll be doing this afternoon, and then writing my notes as well. So I was able to contact all of my clients. Everything looks good despite some of them not picking up. But I think I'm just going to go home, write these notes, review the documents, and go from there. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's currently Friday afternoon. I just finished my service plan visit with one of my clients, and that went really well. Longer than expected because we kind of got sidetracked in talking about shows on Netflix and stuff like that. So that was pretty funny. I have like a whole list of shows to watch thanks to my client and her family, so that's pretty cool. But honestly, my second home visit that I was supposed to do canceled because the mom is there, however the son isn't, so we're gonna have to reschedule that for next week. Honestly, I think I'm going to end the vlog here because literally the only thing I'll be doing right now is just writing my notes, finding more services for my clients. You guys already seen that, so I hope you guys liked it. This is really a week in my life as a targeted case manager, so I hope you guys find it helpful. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to my channel. My goal is to really upload new videos every Sunday. So far I've been doing a really good job at that, so I think I'm going to stick to that schedule. So hope you guys like it again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.